Okay, so I have been summoned. And what I mean by that is I've had several people reach out to me looking for healthier options on recipe ideas. I'm going to show you the sheet pan casserole that is technically lower in carbs, has a bit more veggies to it. And I think if I were craving something healthier as far as pizza goes, I would make this. So this is an easy sheet pan recipe that comes together quick and, dare I say, better than pizza. Okay, here we go.
So in the recipe, I am going to use 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, but you definitely can sub that with almond flour for a lower carb option. Okay, so I'm gonna slice and prep all of my vegetables. So I've had commenters that are on a health journey and want to see just healthier choices or options for some everyday recipes. So this would be my healthier option if you are craving pizza. So after slicing all my onions, I'm gonna start on the batter. I'm gonna crack 6 large eggs into the bowl. Essentially, I am using my CHILE rellenos casserole batter for this recipe. So I'm gonna give these eggs a mix, break them apart, and kind of scramble them around in the bowl. That gives them a good head start. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. You could also sub that with whole milk. Just give that a mix. I'm also going to add some seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, and some Italian herbs. I'm also going to just grate in some Parmesan cheese. I would say a 1/3 cup of Parmesan cheese goes into this, and I'm going to give that a mix. And I will also link my chile relleno casserole recipe video if you want to try that one. Okay, I'm going in with my all-purpose flour. I'm going to sift it in, also adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder. You could add a pinch of salt, but I think the cheese is salty enough, but it really is up to you. If you want, add a 1/4 teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So now that that's all in the batter or into the egg mixture, you're going to combine this really well, give it a good mix. I'm also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And like I said, make sure all the lumps are out of the mixture and you just combined everything well. And that's the batter. So in a large baking sheet, I've added cooking oil to the bottom. I placed the parchment paper, and now we're going to start layering this. So a little more olive oil goes onto the parchment paper. And now I'm going to start layering all of my vegetables. I'll start with some of the tomatoes. And what I like to do to the tomatoes is add a little extra of that dried Italian herb blend. This has no salt in it. By the way, it's just herbs. Now some mushrooms. I'm going to go in with some of my onion. I'm going to save the bell pepper, and I'm just going to pour that onto the tomatoes and other veggies. And you want to make sure that you spread it out into a single layer. This is going to work as this lower carb option crust. Okay, now go in with some of your shredded mozzarella cheese. In all, I'll be using 8 ounces of low moisture mozzarella. Now a little bit more of the tomatoes. I'm just going to add everything at this point. Now I'm going to go in with my onion and bell pepper. I'm also going to add probably just the rest of the veggies, and you kind of spread it out, layer it with some of the cheese until you add all the veggies. The rest of the cheese goes right on top. You'll want to preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is going to bake for around 20 to 25 minutes or until everything is golden brown and bubbly.
Okay, so that is going to bake, and the cook time always varies, especially if your oven isn't calibrated properly. It might take longer, or you may find that 450 degrees Fahrenheit is just too hot. It runs too hot. Drop it down to 425. Essentially, you are looking for bubbly golden brown cheese crust and the bottom to be cooked. Now the egg mixture is not going to take super long to cook because it's in such a thin layer. You're using a large baking sheet. But having said that, you definitely can get creative with the toppings. Cooked, crumbled, ground beef, Italian sausage, pepperoni. I kind of wanted to skip out on the processed meat or crumbled ground beef or sausage today, just to give my digestive system a little bit of a break. And also another thing to add extra protein, instead of using the heavy cream in the egg mixture, you can make this a blender batter. Add everything to the blender, and in place of the heavy cream, add some cottage cheese, like a low-fat cottage cheese, 1/2 cup, blend it up, and you have extra protein in that crust or in the casserole. It's really a good idea. By the way, I'm not giving you health advice, but this definitely is a healthier, better option for pizza.
Okay, so this has baked for about 20 minutes. Like I said, 20 to 25 minutes, but check this out. This is exactly what I was looking for. If I didn't know any better, this is pizza. So if you are craving pizza and you want a healthier option, then I think this is what you need to try. So I am going to just put this right on the stove. You could let it cool. I'm not, because what's pizza without burning the roof of your mouth when it's piping hot? Okay, so I'm just going to slice this into squares. And I'm super excited for this because it smells and looks like pizza. It was very simple to make. It's a healthier option in my opinion, and you can get really creative with the toppings. I like to mix some grated Parmesan cheese with crushed red pepper flakes. And this is another reason I didn't add salt, extra salt into that egg mixture, because Parmesan cheese is salty and I'm adding even more. Okay, so this looks amazing. I'm gonna top it with my little mixture here, and it's time to dig in. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.